Beale was left fearing the worst in EastEnders when an enraged Gray Atkins confronted him inside his prison cell while holding a dangerous blade. As viewers know, Gray had been using Ian to get closer to Chelsea Fox, whom he blames for the events surrounding Jordan. The convicted killer had manipulated Ian into believing that surviving his 8-month prison sentence would be almost impossible without protection. In return for keeping him safe, Gray demanded that Ian arrange a meeting with Chelsea. Chelsea, determined to support Ian, eventually agreed to visit him. However, chaos soon erupted in the prison visitors area, forcing the facility into lockdown and leaving Chelsea trapped with her dangerous former partner. Gray's plan was to keep Chelsea inside long enough for Sheila to abduct Jordan and flee the country with him. Meanwhile, panic spread across the square after Jordan disappeared, prompting Kim to quickly alert Denise. Despite everyone's objections, Denise left the hospital and rushed towards the airport, determined to find her grandson before it was too late. With Kim's assistance, Denise managed to track Sheila down before she could board her flight. She angrily confronted her over her attempt to separate Jordan from his family. Not long afterwards, Chelsea escaped the prison and headed straight to the airport, where she was finally reunited with her son. Gray had been convinced that everything would go according to plan, but his confidence began to disappear when Sheila failed to contact him. He started to suspect that Ian may have warned Chelsea about their plans for Jordan. Fearing that Gray could turn against him, Ian desperately reached for the blade Gray had given him earlier in the week. However, he was horrified to discover that the weapon was no longer there. In tense scenes, Gray appeared before a terrified Ian with the blade firmly in his possession, leaving Ian completely shaken. Ian now finds himself in grave danger. But can he escape Gray's deadly revenge before it is too late? Ian is in serious danger. Just how will he get out of this one? Denise receives more devastating news in EastEnders as her future becomes uncertain. Denise Fox has shown incredible courage while battling acute myeloid leukemia, but her difficult journey takes another heartbreaking turn in EastEnders next week. After experiencing extreme tiredness, particularly following Sam Mitchell's own struggle with cancer, Denise visited her doctor for answers. She was subsequently diagnosed with AML. At first, Denise refused to put herself first and delayed going into hospital for the urgent treatment she had been advised to begin. Her main concern was supporting her daughter Chelsea, whose young son Jordan had been seriously injured after being struck by a car. However, Denise eventually accepted that her condition was much more serious than she had admitted, and told her family the truth before entering hospital to start treatment. Her recovery has been anything but straightforward. After completing her treatment, Denise was devastated to discover that a friend she had become close to on the ward had passed away. She was then faced with another painful revelation when she learned that Chelsea had allowed Jordan's great-grandmother, Sheila Atkins, to become part of his life. Sheila is the grandmother of Jordan's dangerous father, Gray Atkins. Most devastating of all, Denise discovered that her treatment had not produced the results her medical team had hoped for. This week, Denise becomes caught up in the turmoil surrounding Gray after Chelsea uncovers the truth about Sheila's involvement. Chelsea subsequently cuts Sheila off from Jordan, prompting her to move forward with plans to take the child away after obtaining his passport. While Sheila prepares to make her move, Gray continues manipulating events from prison. He manages to influence Beale into sending Chelsea a prison visiting order, but the meeting soon descends into chaos. Next week brings even more heartbreak for Denise, when she tries to celebrate her sister Kim Fox's upcoming wedding to Howie Danes from her hospital bed. However, it quickly becomes apparent that Denise is far too weak to cope with the celebrations. Later, Denise and her husband, Jack Branning, receive another devastating blow when they discover that her chemotherapy is once again failing to work. With treatment no longer producing the desired results, doctors reveal that there is just one remaining option: a stem cell transplant. Many members of Denise's family have already been ruled out as possible donors, but Kim is soon set to uncover a major family secret. Denise has a half-brother named Darnell Larson Jr. Could Darnell be the person who saves Denise's life? And when their emotional reunion turns into a desperate plea for help, will he agree to donate his stem cells to someone he has only just met? EastEnders teases unexpected reunion as new faces join the Fox-Truman family. EastEnders is preparing to introduce an unexpected family reunion with 2 new characters set to expand the Fox-Truman family later this summer. Christopher Colquhoun is joining the BBC soap as Darnell Larson Jr., who will be revealed as Denise Fox's previously unknown half-brother. The 56-year-old actor, who trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, has built an impressive television career with appearances in shows such as Casualty, Holby City, Coronation Street, Vera, Absentia, and Fleabag. The BBC has teased that the Fox-Truman family will be left stunned after Kim makes a major discovery that uncovers a relative Denise never knew she had. Kim's revelation eventually leads the family to Darnell, and after meeting him, they are also introduced to his daughter Grace, played by Christina Frempong. However, their first encounter is anything but simple. What initially appears to be a surprising family reunion soon takes a much more emotional turn when Darnell discovers that Denise has been diagnosed with cancer and is currently undergoing treatment. Colquhoun expressed his excitement about finally becoming part of the Walford community after years of watching the soap. He said he was delighted by the warm welcome he had received, and described hearing that he had landed the role as a memorable doof-doof moment, while joking that he hoped there would be plenty more dramatic moments ahead. Frempong, who has previously appeared in Too Much and Essex Girls, also spoke about her excitement at joining the long-running BBC soap. The actress revealed that she had watched EastEnders for many years and remembered watching the Christmas episodes with her family. She admitted that becoming part of the show herself felt surreal, and said she was eager to work alongside her new co-stars. She also teased that viewers will enjoy discovering Grace's personality and the complicated storylines she will bring to the square. Executive producer Ben Wadey explained that Kim's discovery opens the door to an entirely new side of the family. He said the cast and crew were excited to introduce viewers to these new relatives and explore the wider family connections, while also welcoming both Christopher and Christina to Walford. Meanwhile, Denise is currently at the centre of a major health storyline after being diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Her character began experiencing unexplained exhaustion before undergoing medical tests that eventually confirmed the devastating diagnosis. The soap has explored the emotional consequences of Denise's illness and how her condition is affecting those closest to her, with the storyline expected to continue throughout the rest of the year. Elsewhere, EastEnders is also preparing to welcome another family to the square this summer. Jamie Bamber, Marion McLaughlin, and Patricia Potter are among the new cast members, alongside Felix Uff and Anna Constable. The group will portray the Hawkins family, who are revealed to be estranged relatives of Nicola Mitchell. EastEnders airs Mondays to Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One, or stream from 6 a.m. on BBC iPlayer.